YouTube, how's it going? Frogs Angels is back with some more NBA draft content. Draft is right here. It's here. Can't wait for it to start. I've been doing position rankings, and I kind of combined here. I combined the power forwards and the centers. So I'll go top 5 power forwards, top 5 centers. Good draft classes for both. Not depth-wise, though. You're going to get some really good guys at the top, guys that really there isn't that many of those talents in most drafts, but again, not a lot of depth. As soon as we get into the second round or even late first, we're going to start running out of these guys. So very good at the top, very good at the top, but not so much depth-wise. So before we get into it, our subscriber goes 10,000 subscribers. So if you haven't clicked that button yet, please do so to help us reach our goal. But on to my number one power forward in the draft. Maybe I'll surprise some people here. I don't know. Jaren Jackson Jr. from Michigan State. I like this guy's game a lot. Besides Ayton, probably my next favorite player in the draft. I mean, Ayton being just like a guarantee pick at number one, it probably makes Jaren Jackson my favorite player in the draft. The guy's just got so much energy. He really can do everything. The only weakness I talked about before is he got in foul trouble here and there. That's why he really couldn't play all the minutes. But I think he'll figure it out in the NBA. I think he can play forward. I think he can play center. I mean, again, brings a lot of energy, can do anything. He can shoot the ball from center three. It looks, he shot a high percentage, let me tell you. So he can shoot the ball very well, and his post moves are excellent. Obviously, could use a little more size, but he's so athletic, can poster people so long too, gets so many big time blocks. I like this. I like this kid. He should be the first power forward off the board, but will he be? That's another question. Number two, I think will actually be the first power forward off the board. Marvin Bagley. I like Marvin Bagley. Like his game. Really scored the ball very well. There was just times where Duke would game plan a little different. They wanted to dominate down low, and then sometimes he would kind of disappear in those situations, was more of a better shooter from close to medium range. So want to see him be a little stronger at the rim, a little more. But, I mean, he's done it. And I do like him. It's just I just like Jaren Jackson a whole lot. It's not that I don't like Bagley. It's just I really like Jaren Jackson. So I got Bagley at 2. Number 3 is Robert Williams. You could put him at center, but I like him more at a power forward just because the height, around 6'9", maybe about 6'10". Can score, can get rebounds. So, again, maybe somebody drafts him for the center position, but, I combine the big man here because a lot of them can play power forward, can play center. Some of them only at a certain position. Maybe some could play the 3, but I like Robert Williams as the third guy because you know what you're going to get with him. And then that brings us to number 4, which is Kevin Knox. It's tough to tell what you're going to get from Kevin Knox. Is he athletic enough to play the 3? I don't know if he is. That's why I got him with the 4s, with the power forwards, and I got him at number 4 power forward. This is one of the more tricky prospects for me. It's hard for me to tell if he's gonna. I think it's gonna take some time for him. I think he can. I mean, he can do almost everything, but is he strong enough to play down low against other 4s? But is he athletic enough to play against the 3s? Maybe more of a stretch 4. We will see. Obviously a good player. It's just a tricky one for me. To number 5 power forward, last power forward I ranked. It's Omari Spellman from Villanova. Obviously high motor guy. Played with some center for Villanova, but more of a power forward. Same reason for Robert Williams, around 6'9". So does he have the height to play center? It depends on the team, really. I mean, we see what the Warriors done. Draymond really was the 5 at times. So it really depends on the team, how they want to run their offense. I mean, it's more of an offensive NBA these days, so it could work. It could work with some of these guys playing center, some of these guys stepping up, being the big man, as long as they give you good minutes. I mean, they're really looking if they can score, if they can rebound, then there you go. Omari Spellman's a good player. A lot of these Nova guys are going to get drafted in the first round. On to my number 1 center, very obvious. DeAndre Ayton, lock him in at number 1. See the Suns, he's got the Suns shirt on. He's got the background there. You got to lock him in. I mean, you don't see an athletic center like this really ever. You rarely come across from it that can play in today's NBA. There's a shortage on centers. On-ball defense needs a little work, but, that's not the number 1 thing you're looking for here with these centers. He can score. He can get rebounds. He can block. He can shoot. He's really got it all. I mean, it's a guy you just really can't pass on. So he's my number 1 center, my number 1 player in the draft. Number 2 is Mo Bamba. Actually, number 3 is very close to number 2. Mo Bamba, another one of those freak athlete centers. Ridiculous length. Ridiculous. A guy that could get in foul trouble early in his career, but I think he'll figure it out. Can score down low. Not going to be able to shoot like a DeAndre Ayton, but very athletic, very long center that is an easily a lottery pick for the same reasons as we talk about Ayton. You can't really pass on these athletic centers with a shortage on the centers in the NBA, and to find some that for sure fit today's NBA. And we've seen some of them kind of fail in the recent past because, you know, they were good centers in college, but the NBA is totally different. So, and that brings us to number 3, who would not be number 3 in most classes in terms of centers. He would be 1, maybe 2. Wendell Carter, who I'm starting to like more and more. He's very close for me with Mo Bamba. Very close. So I think will also be a good center. Not one of those guys that is probably too good to pass if you even think you may need a center, because you don't see these guys every day. I mean, I keep repeating that, but you just don't see these types of centers every day. If you need a center and you're in a position to get one of these guys, you're very fortunate. There's been some rumors that Wendell Carter could hop over Mo Bamba. I mean, obviously Ayton's the first one, but that really wouldn't surprise me. Another thing that wouldn't surprise me if we saw the 3 centers go by pick. Honestly, they could go. All 3 can go in the top 5. I know that sounds crazy, but just because the shortage on centers and the chances to get one, I don't think the 3 will go in the top 5, but it wouldn't totally shock me. It might shock a lot of people. I think the 3 should be gone by 7, I'd say, by pick 7. On number 4 center, we got Mitchell Robinson. You know, last time he played was high school. He's seen McDonald's All-American. But, again, another one of those athletic centers that I think people are sleeping on here, because I don't think the NBA teams will sleep on him. I just think he's kind of towards the bottom of mock drafts in the first round. I think he's going to go mid easily. Just for the same reasons I explained. Teams are missing, plenty of teams are missing good center play, athletic centers that can score in today's NBA, and you got yourself a draft class. Again, not deep for power forwards and center. It's not deep at all, but you at the top, and I mean really in the first round, you got quite a few of them. So grab them then. You're not going to be able to grab them in the second round at all. I mean, I don't expect great play from the second round anyways, but number 5 center is Mo Wagner from Michigan. I mean, you got to like the guy. Even if you don't like Michigan, you got to like Mo Wagner. You just got to. Plays with a high motor, and, I mean, he's a good center, too. I expect him. I didn't have him in my mock in the first, but I want to put him in there. I want to put him late first. You know, likable guy. I think he can be a good NBA player. So, number 5 center on my list. I think he should go late first, but could very easily go early second. But somebody's going to get a good player for sure out of Mo Wagner from Michigan. So that'll do it for my top 5 power forwards and top 5 centers. I went through all the positions in the NBA draft in my opinion, so go check any of those out if you haven't already. Please click that subscribe button if you haven't already either, because our subscriber goal is 10K. If you can help us get there, we'd thank you very much. Thanks to everyone who's already subscribed. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you. But that'll do it for this one. Goodbye.